Happy Wednesday. Welcome to this week's episode of Nichole's Notions, brought to you by Pick Your Stitch. With March being National Quilting Month, we decided that we would put our best foot forward. We would get off on the right foot. Something fun as a foot. What has 5 toes but isn't your foot? My foot? I think I'm pretty clever, but I've been known to put my foot in my mouth.
Okay, Nicole, that's enough jokes. I'm putting my foot down.
As you can see, we have a whole wall of feet for both PFAFF and Husqvarna Viking machines. However, since this is the beginning of Quilting Month, we're going to share with you a couple of feet that we like to use for quilting. For your 1/4-inch foot, there are generally 2 options that you have. You have this regular 1/4-inch foot right here, and then this foot has a little guide on the edge of it right over here. So what you can do with your fabric is butt your fabric right up against that edge so that you know that your fabric's not going to go any further than this 1/4-inch. If you're going to use the regular 1/4-inch foot, this line right here, this is your guide where you want to keep your fabric. One of the other reasons that I personally really love the 1/4-inch foot is that if you use this inside guide right here, this is a perfect 1/8 of an inch. So if you are someone who likes to do a lot of straight line quilting, a lot of echo quilting, or even top stitching, you can follow that line right there and have a perfect top stitch. Here's a great example. If you line up the inside edge of this foot right with your seam, your line is going to stitch at a perfect 1/8 of an inch. So this is 1/8 of an inch away from your seam using the 1/4-inch foot. Another almost indispensable foot that you need to have in your toolbox for quilting is the stitch in the ditch foot. This foot has a blade that runs right down the center. This is perfect for any time you want to stitch in the ditch. All you're going to do is place that blade right in your seam, and the needle is going to come down right inside the ditch. You're just going to sew along, and it's going to be completely flawless. I've talked about this foot before, but this is one of my absolute favorite feet. This sits by my machine all the time. It never actually gets put away. This is the open toe applique foot. Now, I like to do a lot of machine applique, so that's one reason that it sits by my machine. But another reason that I actually prefer this foot for stitch in the ditch, because as your needle is coming down and you're stitching along, it's a personal satisfaction thing for me because you can see exactly where your needle is going to go, so you can see perfectly where you're stitching. The open toe applique foot is also great for anyone who likes to do paper piecing. It has a nice wide opening so you can see exactly where you're going to be stitching and you don't have to second guess yourself at all. This foot has quickly become a new favorite of mine, and I really feel like it's an unsung hero in that it doesn't get paid attention to nearly as much as it should. This is an adjustable guide foot. A lot of us have this guide foot right here that will screw into the back of our ankle and it can guide you with your straight line sewing, your echo quilting, anything like that where you need to follow the previous stitches that you've done. However, this bar tends to not want to stay in place. This guide, however, locks into place. You can move it where you want and it locks in place just enough that it's not hard to move, but that you can make sure that it's not going to move around on you while you're sewing. For most of our Husqvarna Viking machines, it doesn't have the built-in walking foot or the IDT system that we've all learned to love with our PFAFF machines, but they do offer this interchangeable dual feed foot. One of the great reasons that we love this interchangeable dual feed foot is you can switch out the plate. You're not locked into whatever is attached to the walking foot at that moment. This will simply snap on, and this is your open toe or your zigzag foot for your walking foot. And this one is your straight stitch, and it has many markings on it, so you don't have to guess where a 1/2 inch is, a 1/4 inch. You've got all these markings right on there for you. And as someone who has used a walking foot on different machines, I will let you know that this walking foot is an absolute dream to work with. It's not loud and clunky. It sews nice and smooth. It really is a wonderful addition to any of your Husqvarna Viking machines. To celebrate our Fun with Feet week, all this week, today through next Wednesday, March 10th, all of our feet, both PFAFF and Husqvarna Viking, are going to be 25% off. For every $10 that you spend on feet this week, gets you a foot closer to winning a free gift. With every $10 you spend, we're going to give you a foot to put your name on. This foot will go on the wall. At the end of the week, we are going to draw one person's name, and you will win a $25 gift certificate to spend here at Pick Your Stitch any way you would like. Make sure to join us next week as we press on through Quilting Month with another great episode of Nichole's Notions. Thanks for watching.